Starting off this countdown, we have Joe Jonas. So Taylor Swift and Joe Jonas dated for a short period of time during Joe's Disney Channel days. In 2008, Taylor completely exposed Joe on the Ellen DeGeneres show. She revealed that Joe dumped her through a 25-second phone call. Ouch, that's gotta hurt. But years later, Taylor actually came forward and apologized to Joe for doing this. She said that she was young and felt bad for putting Joe on blast on Ellen's show. Joe later responded to Taylor's apology and said, and I quote, "It's something that I probably was feeling pretty bad about when I was younger. At the end of the day, I've moved on. I'm sure Taylor's moved on. It feels nice and we're all friends. It's all good. At least there's no more bad blood between them, so that's good." Moving on, at number 9 we have Katy Perry. This was a very famous and public feud. It all started in 2014 when Taylor Swift accused Perry of stealing her backup dancers. To make matters worse, Perry also started dating Taylor Swift's ex-boyfriend, John Mayer, which obviously Taylor was not too fond of. Then the two went back and forth for a long time, calling each other out publicly. And apparently the song Bad Blood and Look What You Made Me Do are both about Katy Perry. But in May of 2018, the two made up with each other. Perry sent Taylor Swift a literal olive branch. Then later, Taylor sent her cookies, and Katy even made a guest appearance in Taylor's music video, You Need to Calm Down. So it looks like they finally put their past in the past. Coming in at number 8, we have Conor Kennedy. Taylor and Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s son got together in 2012 for a summer fling. Taylor reportedly exposed their relationship in her song Begin Again, but in a positive way. The song shows how respectful he was compared to other guys. He would do little gestures like pull out the chair for her before she sat down and would walk her to her car. She sings about how positive this relationship is compared to her past relationships, so she exposed him for being a great guy. Moving on, at number 7 we have John Mayer. When Taylor Swift was only 19 years old, she got into a relationship with 32-year-old John Mayer, who has quite the reputation of being a player, so no wonder it didn't work out between them. After their breakup in 2010, Taylor wrote a song called Dear John, which, come on, it's clearly about John Mayer. The song basically alludes to the fact that he manipulated her and she regretted the whole relationship. The lyrics go as so: "Don't you think I was too young to be messed with? The girl in the dress cried the whole way home. I should have known. And you'll add my name to your long list of traitors who don't understand. And I'll look back and regret how I ignored when they said, run as fast as you can." That's pretty damn deep, Taylor. Wow. Coming in at number 6 we have Kanye West. Oh boy, the drama between these two. I'm sure you're familiar with how he rudely interrupted her at the VMAs. Yeah, well, that was just the beginning of this lengthy feud. Years later, Kanye released his song Famous with the lyrics, and I quote, "I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. Why? I made that famous. I made that famous." And the music video features a wax figure of a naked Taylor Swift in bed with Kanye and other naked celebs. According to Taylor, she had no prior knowledge that she would be referred to as a B in this song. Then the phone call that the two had was leaked online, but it wasn't the full version. Taylor responded with, "Where's the video of Kanye telling me he was going to call me that bitch in his song? It doesn't exist because it never happened. You don't get to control someone's emotional response to being called that B in front of the entire world. While I wanted to be supportive of Kanye on the phone call, you cannot approve a song you've never heard. Being falsely painted as a liar when I was never given the full story or played any part of the song is character assassination." Taylor went off. We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with Kim Kardashian. Of course, Kim Kardashian got involved in the whole Taylor-Kanye drama. She just couldn't help herself. Well, someone was recording their phone call and people think that it was Kim. Not only that, but she's the one who released sections of the call onto her Snapchat story calling Taylor out. So Kim tried to expose Taylor, but in the end just exposed herself. She chose what sections of the call to include to make it seem like Taylor agreed to Kanye's song. Whereas if you actually listen to the full phone call, you can tell how awkward Taylor was about it all, and how she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to think about it," and she was just trying to be so polite to Kanye about it all. In our 4th spot we have Camilla Belle. Camilla Belle is an actress who was Joe Jonas's girlfriend right after he and Taylor Swift broke up. Apparently, Taylor blames Camilla for being the reason that the two broke it off. Her song Better Than Revenge is said to be about her. The lyrics go as so: "She's not a saint and she's not what you think. She's an actress, she's better known for the things she does on the mattress. Soon she's gonna find stealing other people's toys on the playground won't make you many friends. She should keep in mind there is nothing I do better than revenge." Not gonna lie, that was pretty ruthless. Like, she came for Camilla. Coming in at number 3, we have Harry Styles. "We never go out of style," aka Harry Styles. Apparently that song is about Harry Styles, and I didn't even realize. Anyway, so the two low-key dated for a couple of months before calling it quits after a heated argument. The two never really spoke openly about their relationship while they were in it, so it's no shocker that they didn't really mention the breakup afterwards. As for the songs written about Harry, rumor has it that it's I Knew You Were Trouble, Out of the Woods, and of course Style, among others. It makes Harry look bad when she says things like, and I quote, "No apologies, he'll never see you cry, pretends he doesn't know that he's the reason why you're drowning. And the saddest fear comes creeping in that you never loved me or her or anyone or anything." It just makes Harry Styles seem bad, and I love Harry Styles. Let me know in the comments below. Were you a fan of One Direction? If so, who's your favorite cast member? I liked Liam Payne and Harry Styles, obviously. Coming in at number 2, we have Scooter Braun. By now, we all know that Scooter Braun is not the nicest guy in the world and often manipulates the artists that he works with. Well, Taylor exposed him big time. In June of 2019, Scooter purchased Taylor from her former record label Big Machine Records, which means he got all the rights to Taylor's songs, which is why Taylor is re-releasing all her old work, so that she has control over her masters again. Well, on Tumblr, Taylor wrote a lengthy message all about this, and accused Scooter of incessant manipulative bullying. She continued on saying, and I quote, "The message being said to me is very clear. Basically, be a good little girl and shut up, or you'll be punished. This is wrong. Neither of these men had a hand in the writing of those songs. They did nothing to create the relationship I have with my fans. So this is where I'm asking for your help." And in our number 1 spot today, we have Jake Gyllenhaal. Man, the Swifties are coming after Jake, holy. So one of the songs that Taylor re-released is All Too Well, which is apparently about Jake Gyllenhaal. In the song, Taylor sings about how she left her scarf at his sister's house and he's hung onto it after all those years and still wears it. Well, paparazzi shots show Taylor out on a stroll with Jake and Maggie Gyllenhaal, and Taylor is wearing this black scarf with stripes. Years later, after their breakup, Jake was seen wearing that exact same scarf. So Swifties are currently spamming Jake's Instagram with scarf emojis and they all want him to return the scarf, which is kind of funny. But poor Jake, he's under fire now. But that's not the only song said to be about him. Others include We're Never Getting Back Together, I Almost Do, State of Grace, and The Moment I Knew, among others. And the songs don't really paint the best picture of Jake. Starting off this countdown, we have the scarf. This is probably the most obvious Easter egg. It was featured in both her recent videos. In I Bet You Think About Me, we see Taylor Swift crashing her ex's wedding. In a scene, Taylor gives the bride a gift, and inside is a red scarf. The same red scarf was featured in the All Too Well short film. In All Too Well, we see Sadie Sink wearing a red scarf and taking it off and placing it on a railing. Towards the end of the video, we see an older version of her ex wearing the red scarf that Sadie left at his sister's house. The lyrics even go as so: I left my scarf there at your sister's house, and you've still got it in your drawer even now. And apparently this is about Jake Gyllenhaal. The scarf she is referring to is the one that she was seen wearing on her outing with Jake and his sister Maggie. Years later, after their breakup, Jake was seen wearing what appears to be Taylor's scarf. There are tons of other Easter eggs from that short film that has led audience to believe that it is indeed about her relationship with Jake Gyllenhaal. We'll talk about more of these shortly. Coming in at number 9, we have the wedding cake. Some Hawkeye fans have noticed that the cake in I Bet You Think About Me is very symbolic. First off, Taylor has a thing for destroying cakes. She did it in the Blank Space music video and the You Need to Calm Down music video, and again in this one. What you may have missed though is the detail on the cake. The first tier of the cake features the numbers 13 and 26. 13, of course, is Taylor Swift's favorite number. 26 is present because the song is track 26 on Red, Taylor's version. Other fans think that on November 26, Taylor will be releasing something else or announcing something on that day. So for now, we just need to wait to see if they're right. Continuing on, the middle tier has the design seen on the ring she wore for the cover of the album Red, Taylor's version. It also features the Love ring design. That was the ring that Taylor apparently wore while writing the original Red album. And the bottom tier has a bunch of birds on it. That might be a nod to the shirt on the 1989 album cover, which also has those birds on it. It's just incredible how much detail and thought she put into this video. Coming in our 8th spot, we have Speak Now. In the music video for I Bet You Think About Me, fans pointed out that the storyline feels like the Speak Now music video that we never got. Speak Now includes lyrics that go as so: I am not the kind of girl who should be rudely barging in on a white veil occasion. Well, in the music video, Taylor crashes her ex's wedding. Continuing on, she talks about him marrying the wrong girl, and in the music video we see Miles Teller, who plays her ex, second guessing himself. Who else noticed these references? Let me know in the comments below. Coming in at number 7, we have the Red gift box. Before the release of the All Too Well and I Bet You Think About Me videos, Taylor posted a reel teasing about it all. One of the things she posted was a pic of a red box with the caption, "It's Red season." Well, this red gift box was then seen in both videos. In All Too Well, there's a scene where Sadie is celebrating her 21st birthday. In the back behind her is the very same red gift box. In I Bet You Think About Me, of course, there's that scene where Taylor gives the bride the scarf in the same red gift box. We love the reoccurring themes. It's also fun to look for them in Taylor's videos. Moving on at number 6, we have the kids table. In I Bet You Think About Me, Taylor shows up uninvited to her ex's wedding and decides to sit at the kids table. Well, people have a theory that that whole scene is symbolic. Her sitting at the kids' table might allude to the fact that her ex used to treat her like a child. I mean, Taylor dated Jake when he was 29 and she was 20. Maybe that's why he felt this way. Not only that, but in the video she is seen goofing off with the kids. She puts 2 straws in her mouth and acts like a walrus. In another segment, she is drinking a juice box with the Flower Girls. It's a great scene, and if the internet sleuths are right and that was the meaning behind this scene, then damn, Jake! Wow. We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with the red ring. So I already mentioned how the cake in I Bet You Think About Me featured the logo that was seen on her red ring. The one that she's seen wearing on the album cover for Red, Taylor's version. It's not actually a red ring, it just says red. Kind of confusing. Well, the ring itself makes an appearance in I Bet You Think About Me. While Taylor is seated at the kids' table, she teaches the kids how to show their middle finger. On Taylor's middle finger is the red ring. So could this be a huge FU to Scooter Braun, who owns all her masters? Maybe. Coming in at number 4, we have the symbolic lighting. So in I Bet You Think About Me, there's a scene where Taylor dances with her ex, aka the groom. As she does so, the lighting changes to blue. Why? Well, in the song Red, she sings, and I quote, "Losing him was blue like I've never known." And then, when she leaves, the lighting turns gray, because in the same song she sings, "Missing him was dark gray all alone." I find it cool how she's referencing other songs in this music video, and shout out to all the fans who are noticing these references. Moving on to number 3, we have his clothes. Here's another Easter egg that makes a nod to another one of her songs. So in All Too Well, at the beginning of the film, we see Dylan O'Brien wearing a plaid shirt. Towards the end, when Sadie is mourning their relationship, we see her in his plaid shirt. Well, in Last Kiss from Speak Now, Swift sings, and I quote, "But now I'll go sit in the floor wearing your clothes." Again, this is another reference to another song in a song. Pretty trippy. Coming in at number 2, we have the 2 Jakes. Taylor is savage for this one, and I absolutely love it. So in the All Too Well short film, obviously Sadie is meant to be Taylor and Dylan O'Brien is meant to resemble Jake. If you don't think so, then let me just highlight why. First off, Dylan was dressed like Jake with that beanie and his full bushy beard. Not only that, but let's take a look at one of the final scenes. Older Sadie was played by Taylor herself. Well, how about older Dylan? Well, we never really see his face, only the back of him. But if you look at the cast, older Dylan is played by a guy named Jake Lyon. Dude, Taylor literally got a guy named Jake to play Jake. She's my hero now. That's iconic. And in our number 1 spot today, we have the collab with Ed Sheeran. Yeah, Taylor and Ed might be collaborating again, and I don't know about you, but I'm excited. So in Taylor's music video for I Bet You Think About Me, at the end of the video, Taylor takes her 2 fingers and wipes the cake's icing. By doing so, it creates an equal sign in the cake. And what artist do we know that has an equal sign for their album? Ed Sheeran for his Equals album. So fans think that this was Taylor's way of revealing that the two will be working together for that album. Not only that, but Blake Lively, who directed the music video, tweeted out a pic of the cake with the equal sign and used some hearts and a playing card Joker emoji. While Ed Sheeran revealed that he is working on a remix for his song The Joker and the Queen with an American artist. It's gotta be Taylor, guys. It has to be!
In at number 10, a refrigerator light. Taylor's latest music video, I Bet You Think About Me, is full of Easter eggs that connect to the song All Too Well, which is widely believed to be about Jake Gyllenhaal. In the music video for I Bet You Think About Me, Taylor and Miles Teller, who is playing her past love interest, are dancing together at his wedding, and he has an out-of-body experience where he's thinking about what the dance would be like if he married Taylor instead of the woman that he's marrying that day. When this flashback sort of moment occurs, we see a bright white light, and then Taylor appears and the two dance together. Some think the cold, harsh light at the wedding could be a reference to the dancing that was done in the All Too Well music video. In All Too Well, Sadie Sink and Dylan O'Brien dance together at night, using the refrigerator light as their backdrop. When you compare that scene to the one of them dancing in I Bet You Think About Me, it seems that in the new video it's referencing the past when they danced in the harsh blue refrigerator light. Of course, linking the two videos together even further. In at number 9, the top hat. In the music video for I Bet You Think About Me, Taylor hides behind a top hat, but it's only shown for a moment, so it doesn't seem like that big of a deal. Until some fans realized it was the same top hat that Taylor wore when she performed her Red song We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together at the 2012 MTV Europe Music Awards. And these songs are rumored to be about the same person, aka Jake Gyllenhaal, so this is yet another thing that links the songs together. In at number 8, red sneakers. In the video for I Bet You Think About Me, Taylor dances with Miles Teller, and it's a moment that he has to think, what if he married Taylor instead of the woman that he just married? The two share an emotional dance, then Taylor goes to walk off. But before she does, she lifts up her huge white wedding dress and reveals that she is wearing red sneakers underneath the dress, not the typical heels that you'd expect. Which clearly means that she is hinting to something bigger. A fan on Twitter suggested this could be a reference to the Red song, Begin Again, when Swift sings, quote, "He didn't like it when I wore high heels." And at number 7, We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together reference. We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together was the lead single off the album Red, so of course her other songs might hint towards the message in that song. Fans think this was the case in a part of the All Too Well short film. During a montage of the breakup, we see Sadie Sink crying in her bed with her phone close to her, hinting that she just got off the phone or she's crying about a text. Many think this was a reference to a lyric in We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together, where Swift sings, quote, "So he calls me up and he's like, I still love you." And I'm like, I mean, this is exhausting, you know? Like, we are never ever getting back together. Like, ever. And at number 6, All Too Well book. At the end of the All Too Well short film, we see Taylor as a grown-up Sadie reading from a book she wrote called All Too Well. The book is blue and immediately catches the eyes of the viewer. And obviously we can insinuate the book would have been based on the experiences that Taylor had in the first part of the video. After the release of the video, fans realized that Taylor teased the book on her TikTok months before. In October, Taylor posted a TikTok about fall, and at one point she writes the lyric, quote, "Just between us, did the love affair maim you too?" she wrote in the blue book. Later, it turned out the lyric was from the 10-minute version of All Too Well, and the actual book she was writing in was going to be showcased in the video. Halfway number 5, Invisible String. This one is more like an obvious reference than an Easter egg, but unless you're a well-versed Taylor fan, you might not have noticed. In the music video for the song Willow, there's a gold string-like thing that is seen throughout the video. This string is a nod to the folklore track Invisible String. In that song, she sings about how this invisible string is tying her to a partner, and it weaves through time to show the past and present of the relationship. In the lyrics, she references to the string as, quote, "One single thread of gold tied me to you." Essentially, the string is used in the video to tie all the moments together so viewers can experience the love story. And at number 4, Look What You Made Me Do. The music video for Look What You Made Me Do is easily Taylor's most dramatic and filled with the most Easter eggs. The album Reputation constantly references Taylor's past and the moments that became scandals. In an interview with Jimmy Fallon, Swift explained that Look What You Made Me Do was the first time she ever made a, quote, "crazy video where the Easter eggs are out of control." The most prominent reference in this music video is to snakes. Snakes are all around the video, which references her infamous feud with Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. Then in one part she dresses up as Katy Perry, her arch nemesis who she had a long feud with. Although some even think this person was an alter ego of Taylor, and the Grammy she is holding is a reference to the Grammy that Red deserved. A gravestone also has the name Neil Schorberg on it, which is a reference to the feud between her and Calvin Harris over his hit song that she co-wrote called This Is What You Came For. She also references another huge scandal with Kanye West when she says, quote, "I would really like to be excluded from this narrative." And at number 3, Me. Me with Brendan Urie was the lead single off Taylor's album, Lover, and that video was full of Easter eggs for the upcoming album. She even told fans in a Q&A that the video was loaded with them. Easily the biggest Easter egg was the title of the album, Lover. The word was briefly written in the background of one scene, and when the album was released, fans realized the title was there the whole time. Another Easter egg was the title of the next single off the album, You Need to Calm Down. In the very beginning of the video for Me, Taylor and Brendan are fighting, and he tells her, quote, "You need to calm down," which of course was the next single off the album. And at number 2, The Man. The Man was the final music video from the album Lover, but there was a huge twist ending that most fans did not expect. The song showcases a man going about his daily life, being rude, and doing whatever he wants while making other people uncomfortable. We follow him till the very end when we see Taylor as a director telling the man that he needs to do better. Once the credits for the video roll, we realize the man in the video was actually Taylor wearing heavy prosthetics. Some fans knew it was Taylor in the beginning of the video, while others had no idea till the very end. Another not so subtle Easter egg in the video is when Taylor's male alter ego pees on a subway wall that has the names of Taylor's first 6 albums written on it. Finally, number 1, Cardigan. In the music video of Cardigan, Taylor showcases a photo of an old man that is actually her grandfather. For this album, Taylor says she focused more on the Easter eggs in the lyrics of the songs rather than in the videos. Swift said, quote, "One thing I did purposely on this album was to put the Easter eggs in the lyrics more than just in the videos. But of course there were still Easter eggs in the videos too." Taylor revealed that near the beginning of the video, there's a picture of a man that turns out to be her grandfather. In the same frame as the photo, we also see a clock with the hands pointed to 1 and 3. This is a reference to the 13th track on Folklore called Epiphany, which was inspired by her grandfather.
Kicking off our list, number 10 is the fun fact that she grew up on a Christmas tree farm. Now, most of the time when you get asked where you grew up, you normally would not expect someone's response to be a Christmas tree farm. But during an interview back in 2014, Taylor told Esquire that she grew up on a Christmas tree farm from ages 5 to 10. She said, "It was such a weird place to grow up, but it has cemented in me this unnatural level of excitement about fall and then the holiday season." She loved that part of her childhood so much that she even released a Christmas song in 2019 called Christmas Tree Farm, and in the music video it is compiled clips from her childhood on that farm. How cool is that? I wish I grew up on a Christmas tree farm. I'm a huge holiday person. That'd be a dream come true. Up next, number 9 is she was on the TV series CSI. I don't know what it is about this beautiful blonde, but I just can't picture her being on a show like CSI. Mainly because she's never actively pursued an acting career, so I'm just a little confused as to when this even happened. It was all the way back in 2009 when she appeared on an episode where her character ended up getting murdered. Her character was total opposite to Taylor that we're used to seeing, like the bubbly country girl during this time. Her character had a very dark past and storyline, and she actually rocked a lip piercing along with 5 different hairstyles throughout the episode. It was actually one of her first big roles, and people were a little shocked by the risky and romantic scenes that she had to perform. Sliding into number 8 is her go-to drive-thru order. Alright, so maybe it's a little bit silly to think that people care about Taylor Swift's drive-thru order, but I guarantee there are tons of people who do. I mean, I would personally love to know what Miley Cyrus's drive-thru order is. Like 100%. During an interview with Vogue, she was asked what her go-to order would be at a drive-thru, and she answered saying a cheeseburger, fries, and a chocolate shake. A pretty simple order, to be honest. I guess her answer would depend based on like what restaurant she's ordering from, but we get the gist of it. Let me know in the comments, just for fun, what your drive-thru order would be. Mine would be kind of like a chicken burger. I'm a chicken type person. Some chicken nuggets with honey, and I would go for a chocolate shake. I can't have dairy, but I would do it anyway. Extra pickles on my sandwich too, obviously. Moving on to number 7 is she wrote a book when she was a teenager. There is no denying she is a gal with many talents, and writing is obviously one of them since she writes lyrics all the time. But apparently she wrote a book when she was young and it was pretty legit. The book was called A Girl Named Girl and her parents said they still have a copy of it. During her interview with GQ, she said she wrote an autobiographical novel when she was 14. She talked about the story plot and said, "It's about a mother who wants a son but instead gets a girl." If that book was honestly released in 2020, no lie, it would probably be the best-selling novel in the world. She went on to say that she's always been into books and if she was not pursuing music, she probably would have went to college and got into a career such as marketing. She said she would want words and ideas to be the forefront of her career. In the number 6 spot is how she spends her time after a concert. Many artists have rituals that they will do before or after performing a massive concert. Taylor has a way that she likes to unwind after performing to a crowd of tens of thousands of people and meeting hundreds of fans during meet and greets. In 2015, she told GQ that after she is done performing, she likes to go home and have a mini marathon of the show Friends. She said it is her favorite show that is currently not on the air, and by the sounds of it, Taylor and I would be very good friends. Get it? Friends? I love Friends. Halfway through number 5 is the first song she ever learned on guitar. We don't see her playing her guitar often anymore the way she used to when she started out as a country singer. Before she ventured into the pop genre, she was just a blonde girl singing with her brown boots and her acoustic guitar. Nowadays she's gone completely pop, but once in a while she will slow it down and share her guitar skills with her fans. During an interview with Vogue, she was asked what the first song was that she learned on guitar and she said it was Kiss Me by the Sixpence None the Richer. Fun fact guys, I used to play guitar. No lie, I played acoustic guitar, I took some lessons, and the first song I ever learned was Happy Ending by Avril Lavigne. That is fact. And I can still play one song, and it's James Blunt, You're Beautiful. Sniping the number 4 spot is she was a horseback rider. This one isn't totally surprising after I said that she grew up on a farm. It seems like that lifestyle has just kind of always been a part of her life for a long time. She opened up about her mom having a love for horses during a 2016 interview, where she said that when she was younger, her mom had the dream of her becoming a horseback rider. So she started taking lessons at a young age and was actually riding competitively until she was 12 years old, but eventually she told her mom that she did not share that same passion for horses and that it wasn't something she wanted to pursue. Alright guys, in the 3rd spot is she was maid of honor. I know she was just a human like everyone else, but for some reason it's hard to just picture Taylor rolling up to a wedding as someone in a bridal party. Like, wouldn't everyone want to get her up on stage to sing and perform? Turns out in 2016, Taylor returned to her hometown in Reading, Pennsylvania for the wedding of her childhood friend Brittany Mac. And like everyone else, Taylor did all the things that any maid of honor would do, even a big speech. Vogue reported that during her speech she said, "Real love doesn't mess with your head, real love just is, real love just endures, real love maintains, real love takes it page by page." Kinda sounds like her lyrics, and honestly, if that was me, I would probably just go back in my notes and just use song lyrics from songs that I didn't put out there yet. That's what I would do. Taking over spot number 2 is she has 3 cats. So the real Taylor Swift fans won't be too surprised by this. Taylor is actually obsessed with cats. She is the definition of a crazy cat lady and she openly talks about it. She has gone on the Ellen Show a few times and did segments based around cats like the Kitty Corner, where she dressed up as an old lady and talked about cats with photos of them hanging behind her in a shrine. Her cats' names are Meredith Grey, Olivia Benson, and Benjamin Button. She named her first Scottish Fold cat after the character Meredith Grey from the TV series Grey's Anatomy. Her second cat, Olivia Benson, was named after another TV character from Law & Order. And just in case you couldn't guess, so was the third cat. Benjamin Button was actually named after Brad Pitt's character in the film The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Interesting. She should have named after other artists. This is Ariana Grande. This is Ellen DeGeneres. She should name her next cat Ellen. Earning the number 1 spot, she has written songs for other artists. Oftentimes in the music industry, we learn about artists who write songs for other people, and Taylor Swift is one to add to the list. She's been known to write her own music, but she also wrote Better Man for Little Big Town, and even a song for the Hannah Montana movie, You'll Always Find Your Way Back Home, which was especially exciting for me because I'm a huge Hannah Montana fan, and I had no idea. So when I learned that, I was freaking out. In 2016, one of her PR reps also reached out to People and said that Taylor wrote This Is What You Came For Calvin Harris. I mean, this is a pretty impressive list to add to her resume.
there's probably a lot more where that came from as well.
Starting off this countdown, we have Treacherous. Released in 2012, Treacherous is a song featured on her album Red. Now, in the liner notes for this song, if you take all the capital letters, the message reads, "Won't stop till it's over." So, what does this mean? Well, the song is theorized to be about John Mayer. I mean, the song includes words like Gravity, which was a song John Mayer released in 2005. There's also a line in the song about his hands, which is supposedly a reference to John Mayer's other song, Your Body is a Wonderland. A song that they also have sung together a number of times during Taylor's shows when John would be a special guest performer. Rumor has it that Swift and Mayer dated between December of 2009 to February of 2010. Maybe her message, "Won't stop till it's over," is a reference to the singer. Moving on at number 9, we have Holy Ground. This is a song that we don't quite know who Taylor Swift was talking about. So this 2012 song has the hidden message, "When you came to the show in SD." This may be a reference to her show that she played in San Diego on October 20th, 2011. So what celebrity attended that show? Unfortunately, I don't have the answers to that question, but if you have a theory, let me know in the comments below. However, some say that the song is about mending broken bridges with Joe Jonas. But who knows, I want to hear your theories. Moving on at number 8, we have I Almost Do. I Almost Do was another song released in 2012 on Swift's album Red. Now, before I tell you the hidden message, let's analyze this album a little more. So Red almost seems like it was split into two halves. The first half is mainly about the end of love. The second half is about finding a new love, with a few song exceptions. With that being said, the song I Almost Do is placed almost in the middle of the album. Now, the hidden message is, wrote this instead of calling. This can be interpreted as Swift was missing a past lover and was resisting the urge to try and call them. Instead of doing so, she channeled this into writing a song. Now, what I want to know is who this song is about. Clearly, she really misses them as she hints at it in the song, but she knows it's for the better that the two remain apart. In our 7th spot, we have Dear John. I mean, Taylor really didn't hide who this song was about. Clearly, Dear John is about her ex, John Mayer. This song was featured on her 2010 album Speak Now. Get ready for this hidden message, cause it may just break your heart. So Taylor's message read, "Loved you from the very first day." So cute, but also really sad because they broke up. But Taylor kept it real with this one, as she wanted John to know how in love she was with him. My heart hurts now, that's just too cute. In our 6th spot, we have Back to December. This probably isn't a new one to all the die-hard fans out there. So Swift's song Back to December was released in 2010 on her album Speak Now. Her hidden message? Well, it's very blunt. The message reads T-A-Y, or Tay. Who could she be referring to? Her ex, Taylor Lautner, of course. The two Taylors met on set of the film Valentine's Day in 2009, but only lasted for a couple of months. In the song, she references someone's tan skin and sweet smile. Yep. Sounds like Taylor Lautner. Also, the song's timeline and the couples match up perfectly. So they were together in the summer, and in the song Taylor sings, "And I think about summer all the beautiful times." She continues on singing, "I watched you laughing from the passenger side." Well, remember that famous paparazzi photo of the Taylors together in a car? Taylor was on the passenger side. I mean, I remember that photo clearly because I love Taylor Lautner and I thought I was gonna date him, and then I was sad when I saw that photo and found out that they were dating. I digress. Well, the two broke up in December, and the song has the lyric, "I go back to December all the time." Seems pretty obvious that this song is about Lautner. But side note, if Taylor Swift and Taylor Lautner got married and she took his last name, they both would be Taylor Lautner. It's crazy. We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with The Last Time. Now, this song is rumored to be about the one and only Jake Gyllenhaal. Wow, heartbreaker. This song's secret message in the liner notes reads as LA on your break. So now it's thought that Jake, or maybe someone else if it isn't about Jake, dumped Taylor in Los Angeles while they were on their break. It's thought that this is about Jake because LA means Hollywood, and Gyllenhaal could have been filming a movie at the time that they were dating, and then while on break, broke up with Taylor. Ouch. At least it wasn't over the phone, right, Joe? Coming in at number 4, we have Begin Again. Taylor Swift ends her album Red with a bang with the song Begin Again. In the song, it seems like Taylor is moving on from an old relationship and beginning again with a new one that makes her feel way better about herself. Well, the hidden message in this song is, I wear heels now. Now, this can be interpreted two ways. The first being that she is more confident than ever. Wearing heels can be a metaphor for standing up tall for herself, where on the other hand, it can symbolize how she is starting to do stuff for herself instead of her lovers. In the song, Taylor alludes to the fact that her past lover didn't like it when she would wear heels, so she wouldn't wear them. Now it seems like Taylor is doing whatever she wants. If she wants to wear heels, she will wear heels. She's done changing for others. It's also thought that this song is about finding Conor Kennedy. How cute. And ladies, if you want to wear heels, wear heels. Don't listen to men. Making our way down the list at number 3, we have Red. Red is the second song on her 2012 album, Red. This time, the hidden message in her song is a little more cryptic. So the message is just the letters S-A-G, or SAG. On one hand, they think it's short for Sagittarius, which is Jake Gyllenhaal's zodiac sign, but it's also Taylor Swift's zodiac sign. Fun fact, Taylor Swift and I both share the same birthday. Pretty cool. Then another theory goes that SAG is the abbreviation for Screen Actors Guild, which Gyllenhaal is a part of. Then the song also mentions autumn. Well, the couple started dating back in October of 2010 in autumn, so it may just be about him, but let me know your theories for this one in the comments below. Moving on to number 2, we have This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things. Released in 2017 on her Redemption album, the song This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things seems to be about being hurt and betrayed by someone. Well, this song is said to be about Kanye West. Why? Well, look at the lyrics. The lyrics go as follows. It was so nice to be friends again. There I was giving you a second chance. But then you stabbed my back while shaking my hand. And therein lies the issue. Friends don't try to trick you, get you on the phone, and mind twist you. Seems like she could be referencing the infamous phone call between her and West. The call happened in 2016 when Kanye phoned Swift seeking permission to mention her name in a song. But when the song got released, Taylor said she never agreed to be called a B-word, which he does in the song. Then Kim Kardashian posted an edited version of the call saying that Swift indeed did approve it. Well, Kim twisted the truth, as Taylor mentions in her song. And in our number 1 spot, we have All Too Well. All Too Well is another well-known song on Swift's 2012 album Red. Now, when we decode this message, it reads as this: maple lattes. Pretty vague, right? Well, if you actually Google maple lattes, some paparazzi shots appear of Jake Gyllenhaal and Taylor Swift on a walk. Taylor was holding some sort of beverage, probably a maple latte. Now, in the song, it has the line, "Left my scarf there at your sister's house." Well, Taylor apparently spent Thanksgiving in New York with Jake and his family. Maggie Gyllenhaal lives in Brooklyn, so she could have left her scarf at her house. And the song talks about autumn leaves falling down. Well, clearly it's fall in the song, and what else is in fall? Thanksgiving. Case closed. This song is about Mr. Jake Gyllenhaal, again, another song about him.